and welcome to the 2026 FIM Junior Motocross World Championship. This weekend we are in Jinín, a small Czech village with a rich motocross heritage. Some of today's biggest stars competed for their first world title right here, and this weekend a new generation is hoping to follow in their footsteps. Czech Republic has a proud motocross history with the legendary Czech motorcycles winning world championships and helping to put Czech motocross on the world map. Now more than 282 young riders representing 40 nations have gathered to battle for world championship glory across the 65cc, 85cc and 125cc categories. As well as the individual world titles, every result counts towards the nation's classification, where the strongest team across all classes will be crowned. Last year, the championship took place in Romans, France, where heavy rain turned the natural terrain into a demanding test of skill. Here's a short recap of what happened.
In the 65cc race, the first start was red flagged as Gates fell over on the far side unevenly. When the 65cc riders did eventually get going, it was the American Cannon Sabochnik on the 55 who pulled the Holeshot. But then the rain began to fall as well as the riders. Sabochnik fell from the lead on the uphill, so too did second place rider Matis Aguyo. He remounted but then fell again from the lead off the side of the track. The race was eventually red flagged. Sabochnik was declared the winner from Aguyo and Levi Geese. Despite a period with no rain, race 2 was going to be another difficult challenge for the youngest riders on the smallest machines. Aguyo and John Slade disputed the Fox Holeshot. However, parts of the track were almost impassable, which brought another red flag. Cannon Sabochnik won the 65cc World Cup after his win in race 1 from Aguyo and Levi Geese of America. 85cc race 1. French rider Rafael Menio made a good start, but it was Martin Cyrilis on the 751 of Latvia with the Fox Holeshot. The two French riders battled up front as Herzogenrath passed Rafael Menio for the lead. Fast starting Cyrilis fell and would not finish. Menio led but made a mistake with a lap to go, handing the lead and the win to Herzogenrath. Heavy conditions for the riders. In race 2, this time around, it was Estonia's Lucas Leop on the 111 who emerged with the Fox Holeshot ahead of Enzo Herzogenrath. The 282 Herzogenrath, though, went off track on the opening lap as Menio looked on from behind. After 8th in race 1, Leop won race 2. That was good enough for second overall. The 85cc Junior World title, though, belonged to Rafa Menio with 2 second-place finishes. Overall, Rafael Menio, your winner, Lucas Leop second, Seth Thomas third, and in the nations classification, it was France from Great Britain and Italy. In the 125s, Mano 4 on the 295 and Moritz Ernicke were side by side in turn 1, but it was 4 with the Fox Holeshot on the exit of the turn. 4 led as Nico Alvisi passed Charlie Richmond here for second. The Italian Alvisi then fell shortly afterwards. And on his way through the field, he overtook Víclav Marek for 5th under waved yellows. Italians Filippo Mantovani on the 102 and Nico Manini fought a little bit too closely sometimes over that 3rd place. But the win belonged to Mano 4. The victory was his in race 1. In the second 125 race, another flying start for your race 1 winner, Mano 4, who burst into an early lead. That was until he fell whilst pushing too hard, handing the lead to Latvia's Jakubs Kubelins just after pit lane at the top of the first downhill. Kubelins then, your new leader. Mano 4 had to fight back. Passed Mantovani on the way through for 3rd, although the Italian passed him back later in the race. Ricardo Bauer of Austria fell from 6th to 11th, but it was a win for Kubelins from Mantovani and 4 on the 295. 4 with a 1st and a 3rd was good enough to be crowned world champion, to the delight of the home fans. Your overall winner then, Mano 4 from Filippo Mantovani and Jakubs Kubelins, and that was your podium. Mano 4 there, your winner. In the nations classification, France, Italy and Great Britain. USA, Latvia rounding out the top 5. The 27th edition of the FIM Junior Motocross World Championship returns to Jinín in Czech Republic, about an hour and a half south of the capital city, Prague, or in distance terms that equates to around 75 miles or 120 kilometres. It's the third time this venue has hosted this prestigious race, with previous events taking place in 2007 and 2013. On our last visit, America's Aidan Tiero was victorious in the 65 class, as Britain's Conrad Muse and Latvia's Bulls Jonas were respective winners in 85 and 125cc. Jinín has also previously hosted 5 FIM Motocross World Championship rounds, all consecutively from 95 to 99, where Alessio Chiodi, Sebastian Tortelli, Peter Johansson, Pit Beira and Frederick Bolli were all victorious. This weekend, though, it's all about the next generation. Who will win? We are about to find out. The welcome ceremony, there's always such a good atmosphere at the FIM Junior Motocross World Championship, an event which brings riders and families together from all over the world. On this occasion, more than 280 riders from 40 countries have made the journey to Jinín, a town with less than 500 inhabitants. Some are here to win, some are just here to take part, and that sense of nervousness, excitement and fun were evident once again at the Riders' Parade on Friday afternoon. Above all else, though, this is a massive sense of pride. Proud to be here and proud to represent their countries. Some may have travelled farther than others to be here, but having fun and making memories will be the biggest takeaway this weekend.
To help us to understand Jinín track, we are joined by 2 riders. Let's take a closer look of the track.
Since we were here last for a Motocross World Championship, this circuit has changed quite considerably. The long uphill start remains, but we've got a new first turn. This left-hander falling away through 90 degrees immediately. We're over the Holeshot line along this plateau. Turn 2 is a left-hander that heads back uphill over this crest. If you get it right, you might be able to jump through that turn. We've got the downhill here in towards turn 3. A nice sweeping open turn along the bottom of the plateau here. A couple of waves, and then we've got this single or a double if you fancy it. We turn left uphill through 90 degrees, the first major climb on the racetrack. Don't overjump though, because there is the braking zone into the next right-hander. 180 through the right-hand corner. The ground falling away, so you can jump pretty long down here. And at the bottom of the hill, we've got this big single floater. Expect there to be moves on this part of the racetrack as things tighten up through that left-hand turn. Get out of here. This next straightaway continues a series of jumps, as you can see, double tabletop, and they continue all the way through here, through this next right-hander, and then eventually we get to this tabletop here. Then we change direction. You can go inside or outside, most opting for that inside line. Will there be passes here later on as well? The turn on the exit falls away, then we hit the jump, then we climb back up again. There was a small little single there. We can either double or triple our way. Be careful on a windy day here. You can hear it just through our trackside mics. On the brakes into this turn. Right-hander dropping downhill. We've just gone up. We need to go back down through a couple of waves. And then as we get to the bottom here, we go left through 90 degrees. And then we enter the wave section on the back wheel, pulling up at the front end, hanging off the back of that motorcycle before we hit this left-hand turn here. Slightly back to the outside. Continuing to climb uphill again through the right-hander onto this plateau. A short straight before we turn right again. And as we do so, guess what? We plunge off the edge of the earth once more. Downhill, those braking bumps are going to get bigger as the weekend goes on. But the dirt, absolutely perfect. And what a venue for the Junior World Championship riders. You can see the pit lane area there, which means we're working our way towards the end of the lap. Out of that left, downhill, uphill again onto this plateau. Getting the other side of the double. We turn right. That was the finish line jump, by the way. Hit this jump here, down past pit lane, and as we get the other side of the jump, we head downhill into the right-hander, back down the start straight for another lap here in Jinín.
We are here at the Green Cup tent where kids can do different activities throughout the weekend, and next we are gonna join Swiss team.
The Ride Green Cup is a fun way to show your commitment about environmental protection. This is a program that we have since 2015. So this year we are implementing a lot of actions with kids. We are supporting all the nations and creating synergies about environmental protection. For this year we have this specific tent. This is the Ride Green Corner, and the kids can come here and they can play. Plus, all nations are creating projects in their countries. For this year we received 9 nominations, 9 countries. They're supporting the Ride Green Cup. We will be around the track. It's not only about racing, it's also about protecting the environment.
So here we have Team Switzerland, Katja, and your team is participating in this FIM Green Cup. What have you done before you came to the race, and what are you doing throughout the weekend?
We were at the racetrack in Switzerland where we made also the training for our young guns, and there we looked for the waste and did it together and sorted it and introduced them what is good and which kind of activities we can do also here at the World Championship. So the families and the guys bring it back home and they have perhaps some friends to teach it to.
We are part of the Green Deal, and we did prepare ourselves quite carefully for that. We had several meetings with the riders, with the parents, and our plan is to show the world that the true champions are really not only looking care of their performance but also about the environment. So we have several protocols in place. One is zero waste protocol. We are partially sponsored by a beverage company, and we bring the empty cans back to the beverage company and they recycle it again and produce new cans. Of course, it's important here to be on the podium, but it's not all about this. It's much more, because if we can protect the environment, if we can tell the people out there that motocross is not a dirty sport, actually it's a clean sport, then it will become much easier for anyone, people who are running tracks like this, people who are involved in the business. So I think the initiative is great, and for sure it was first thing that we said, okay, we support.
I'm very proud and I'm super excited. I really like it. It really shows that girls can do anything that boys can do. So I really love it. Yeah, the track is super cool. It was so cool. There's a lot of technical spots, but there's also straightaways that are really long and hills. It's so unique. My goal is to come home with a championship.
It's not really hard because I've been to a lot of big races before, and it's definitely nerve-wracking, but it's not too hard to keep focused.
My name's Ryder Matafilio. I'm from like rural area of Sydney, named Dural, mid-Dural. I'm 11, turning 12, ride Husqvarna. Yeah, this is my first time representing Australia and being here. My goal is to get top 3, hopefully get first, but yeah, I'll be happy to get top 3.
What is your favorite motocross rider?
It has to be Jet Lawrence.
The youngest riders this weekend are chasing their major breakthrough. Let's see what happens with the 65cc class.
All eyes on the first race of the day then, the 65cc race 1. Daniel Korda streaking uphill as we go on board here with Martin Marcus Ansi of Estonia. He's going to emerge in around about 10th place as Korda hits that stride. Out of turn 2, Korda leading the way. Jean Alasid second, Bruno Gitas third, Mason Foreman, the Brit, in 4th position. Korda leading the way though from Alasid. Foreman, Quesada flies by the Brit there. Bangs bars with his teammate at the top of the hill, but as we do get the other side, Korda still leads. Alasid there in second on the 227. Quesada, 247 is third. There was Gitas. The two Spaniards either side of Korda. Korda goes middle. Quesada splits through the teammate and the Italian takes over the lead as we drop downhill here. Great move that from Quesada. 3 riders locked together here. Alasid folds the front. He goes down. Bunch of other riders go by him. Down past pit lane though. Here we go. Quesada and Korda. A 3-way battle for the lead now. As Boss joins in, he moves up in the 2nd position. The French rider, he goes after the Spaniard Quesada. There is Quesada. There's Boss. There's Korda. Boss looking to make a move up the inside. He bosses his way past the Spaniard and into the lead. Great riding. Lucas Boss wins race 1. Quesada 2nd. Daniel Korda 3rd. And that's how it finished. All smiles down there. Lucas Boss, your winner from Aidan Quesada. Daniel Korda. Jax Baker 4th. Ryder Matafilio, the Australian, and then Jumena Burning, the female, the girl in the group. Then we had Hall, Francis, Waters, and Rubesh. All eyes on the 65 race 2 then. Fly Racing boards have turned, gates down, heading uphill once again on board there. A moment ago with Martin Marcus Ansi. Everybody bunching up together, mid-pack crash, and also on the exit of the turn. I'll tell you what, a rider getting dragged down the straight there. Hopefully he's okay. On board here with Korda as Gitas takes the Fox Holeshot. Korda in 2nd position, fighting for the lead with Gitas here. And Quesada just around the outside on the 247, desperate to find his way through the first couple of corners. Watch Quesada, he was rapid through here in the opening race when he found his way past Foreman. He's alongside Korda, moves into 2nd, finds his way past Gitas as well, takes over the lead. at the very first opportunity. On board here with Korda as he finds his way past Gitas for second. Goes after Quesada at the top of the hill, the Spanish rider. Quesada, Korda, Boss, Alacid, Gitas, Demi Herms and Matafilio all flying past pit lane. On board here with Quesada and Korda. Korda getting nudged down out of the way as Boss came through. For second place, he picks himself up, rejoins the race, but the battle up front here between Quesada and Boss. Battling for lead and the overall win. Boss down the inside of the Spaniard. This would be for the overall and the race win if he can stay there. What a great battle these two are having here. Gitas under pressure in fifth as Herms and Waters go through and they give chase. There's Waters just off the back of this group. Looking good here at the moment. Oh, and he has an issue on the hill. And so too does Jumena Burning. She was 6th in race 1. Unlucky. We've got another couple of riders there. Voltas Jasenko and one of the German riders. This one going all the way down to the line. Boss wins race 2. Quesada second. A great race between these two. Boss wins it. A perfect day for the French rider. Quesada second. Great sportsmanship between the French and the Spanish riders as Boss gets congratulated by his team, his family. What a day it's been. France on top again with their juniors. Boss wins it from Quesada. Baz for Spandonk third. And then we had Baker, Korda and Herms. And the overall belongs to Lucas Boss. Aidan Quesada second. Jax Baker third overall this weekend. Korda, Milan Rubesh and Hudson Francis of Australia. Onto the podium then. Lucas Boss, your winner.
I would like to ask Freddie perhaps
takes to the top step of the podium. Third overall, Jax Baker, Team USA, 2 fourth place finishes. Aidan Quesada, second overall, Team Spain, with 2 second place finishes. The 65cc Junior World Champion Lucas Boss adds the world title to his 2024 MXE Junior European title with 2 race wins today. Gold plate to Boss. He gets the gold medal as well. Lucas Boss, your 65cc Junior World Champion 2026. That's your podium. Boss, Quesada and Jax Baker.
Lucas Boss as the winner! As possible in the 65cc, the future of the motorsport.
And next we are going to interview top 3 from 65 riders. Congratulations! How does it feel to be Junior World Champion?
I'm very happy to be World Champion and I hope to do the same again next year.
Thank you very much.
I'm very happy to race this weekend for my nation, Italy. 2 years ago was pretty good race in Budapest. I am very happy because it's an important race for my career. My goal for this weekend is a top 10 and I will do my best for help the team. The track is very beautiful. There are a lot of big jumps and we have fun when we ride tomorrow.
We came from Philippines and the travel was good and pretty far. Feels good to represent my country in the Philippines. The track was very good, very long and very technical. My goal is just to get in the qualifying and I will do my best to represent my country.
Yes, I like the Junior World Championships because I like the tracks they have because it's a lot of downhill and steep jumps, and yeah, I just like riding against different countries and nations. I would say probably at least a podium, and of course I want the World Championship, but that's going to be fighting hard this weekend.
And now it's time for the action. Let's see what's going to happen in 85cc class.
85cc race 1. A great start for Cyrilis on the 771. On board here with Chase Brennan, with Blake Bohannon just ahead of him. The American getting pushed around in turn 1. Heading down towards turn 2. 7-8 riders on the ground, including Brennan and Nixon Coppins. There's Tim Repnik of Slovenia. Cyrilis leads from Colts, Martin Cyrilis, Verhoeven and Landon Lee working their way through. Oh, I tell you what, Bohannon down the inside and going after Colts here. Moves into third place, Landon Lee. Around the outside on the 14, passing Theo Colts of Estonia for fourth. Lopez just behind him, a couple of places in sixth place. Battle for second here. Blake Bohannon looking to find his way past Martin Cyrilis at the top of the hill. He moves by and into second at the halfway point. Meanwhile, Colts, Lutus and Lopez. Lopez going past Lutus. Lutus almost off the side of the bike there. And these two, Colts and Lopez, banging bars here for fifth place. Harry Dale closing in on all of them there on the 589, going after Lopez here on the 85. Harry Dale down the inside, finds his way past the Frenchman, does the Brit, and goes after Theo Colts. Gets alongside him here, looking to cut back to the inside out of this turn. Dale finds his way past Colts on the 700 for fifth place. Battle for the lead. Bohannon down the inside of Patrick Cyrilis, takes over the lead with 2 laps to go. The Australian crosses the line. He wins race 1 in the 85s from Patrick Cyrilis, Martin Cyrilis. The brothers there finishing second and third for Latvia. Landon Lee of America, Harry Dale and Chase Brennan. Great ride that through the field after falling in turn 2. Lopes and Vicari round out your top 8. cc race 2 on board here with Tim Repnik of Slovenia. Fast starters coming from the outside. Looks like Matis Aguyo in there. Aguyo is going to cross the stripe first. On the 355, Theo Colts, Nico Verhoeven, Patrick Cyrilis also in the mix. Aguyo leads coming out of turn 2 though. Cyrilis on the 771. Colts, Landon Lee of America, Nico Verhoeven there in fifth place. Patrick Cyrilis in second position though, looking to make a pass for the lead. Finds his way past Aguyo with a brave move around the outside. He leads uphill. Cyrilis leads, Aguyo there second. Cox, Vicari, Blake Bohannon, Landon Lee, Verhoeven and Lopez. Down the start straight here. Bohannon looking for a way past. He finds his way past Vicari and then goes after Aguyo. Aguyo looking on. Bohannon now making massive charges. He's now to second place. Down past pit lane, Blake Bohannon second, Matis Aguyo, Colts, Lopez, Brennan on the 43, just behind the Estonian. Oh, a mistake there for Vicari, the American out of fifth. Picks himself up though. Brennan down the inside, making a move on Aguyo. There's your race leader. And there's the pursuer. Bohannon really now starting to close in. This battle for the lead is looking pretty tasty now. Can he find his way by? Well, the answer is he gets good drive. Bohannon to the lead. Can he put some distance between himself and the Latvian? He's eyeing up a 1-1 here. These conditions, only been in the country 3 or 4 days. Don't worry about the jet lag, just get on and race. Still there though, is Cyrilis. Right, Brennan going down the inside of Lopez. Finds his way past. The American now leading the French rider. And they go in pursuit of Cyrilis in third and fourth. Cyrilis there in second. But not for much longer because Brennan goes through, Lopez goes around the outside as well. Patrick Cyrilis getting pushed down to fourth place. Great ride this though for all 3 riders. Checker flag waves. And it's Blake Bohannon who wins race 2. Bohannon from Chase Brennan, Tim Lopez third, Patrick Cyrilis fourth, Harry Dale a great ride there in fifth place. Blake Bohannon being congratulated there, the Australian on the 262. What a fantastic weekend he has had. The overall classification, Blake Bohannon with a 1-1, Patrick Cyrilis second with a 2-4, Chase Brennan third with a 6th and a 2nd. Third overall then, the American Chase Brennan, but they're 6th and a 2nd place. 2nd overall, Patrick Cyrillus, your winner, Blake Bohannon, takes his trophy. Bohannon gets his gold medal. He will get his gold plate as well. And that is your podium. Blake Bohannon, Patrick Cyrillus of Latvia, Chase Brennan of America 3rd.
Oh, can't even describe it. It's a dream come true. I've worked my butt off. I'm so happy. I'm happy with my riding, and good job to all the rest of the people that went good.
Thank you very much.
I'm very excited to race here because it's home, of course. And we've been here like 5 times this year, so I think I'm pretty prepared for this race, yeah. Yeah, I will have here a lot of friends and family, so I think it will be great. It will be very difficult to even qualify, so I think it's like possible, yeah, but I hope I will score some points. This track is quite hard. It's a little bit like soft and really bumpy, and here is a lot of jumps and yeah, a lot of ruts.
Big weekend for me because it's all fans like me, so I'm feeling good because I have a red plate in Czech Championships. This track may be my best track in Czech Republic, so my goal is qualify and have a point.
And the last year I'm a world champion. I'm very happy, but this season I'm in 125, and it's a new year and a new experience. Yes, it's a very success for my team, but in this year I have a new team and a new experience, and I'm very happy. In French Championship I finished 3rd. It's my first year in 125, and I finished 3rd. It's pretty good.
Now the final battle will happen in 125cc class. We will see who is going to bring the world title home.
Well, the big news heading into race 1 is that EMX 125 European Championship leader Moritz Ernecker broke his leg in time practice and will not have the opportunity to win a world title in 2026. His EMX campaign is over as well. 125 bursts into life here. Oliver Riva with a great jump there. On board here with Drew Stott. You see the Spaniard sweep across everybody through that first turn. Riva with the Fox Holeshot. Coming out of turn 2, he leads the way, but there's carnage behind him. Briganti, Mayman and Townley of New Zealand all in that pile-up. Riva leads the way. Zima 2nd, Bauer 3rd. Zima looking to take over the lead and does so immediately. Trying to make a break from it, from the rest of the pack here. Bauer looking to go down the inside of Riva. He makes the move, he makes it stick as well. Bauer now into 2nd place. Riva trying to stay with him. Behind them, Bertram Torius in red. Salvador of Spain. He falls from 5th place. Battle for the lead though. Zima and Bauer. Riva just behind there in 3rd. Torius and David Krakow in the mix as well. Torius with damage to the front fender. He's fallen from 4th to 14. Krakow going through there. There's Riva. Riva now in 4th. Zima, your leader, under pressure from Ricardo Bauer. Bauer there, the 292, the Austrian in 2nd place. Looking to make his move. He's going to go outside, inside at the bottom of the hill here. Makes the pass for the lead at the halfway stage. Bauer now leads, Zima in 2nd. Great riding from the Austrian. Checkered flag falls. Bauer celebrates. He wins race 1. Zima 2nd, Krakow 3rd. Great ride. All 3 riders celebrating there, but it's Bauer who wins from Emil Zima, David Krakow. Oliver Riva comes home in 4th. Slaney Goyer 5th for France. Louis Bruno, Sawyer Geek and Bouchard there in 8th. 125 race 2 on board here with Drew Stock. Townley alongside him. Another good start up the middle for Oliver Rieber. There's carnage there. Opliger and Max Meyer go down. As Slenny Goya gets to turn 1 ahead of Bauer. Torius just behind them. Great start for the Frenchman. Meyer and Opliger rejoin on board here with Stock. More carnage in turn 2. Townley, Soyagig, then Bruno, who was 6th in race 1 in that pile up there. Meanwhile, Bauer finding his way past. Slaney Goya takes over the lead at the first opportunity. The rider in red behind him is Bertram Torius on the 71. Another fast start for Oliver Rieber once again. As we head through the first few corners and up the first hill, it's Bauer leading the way. Goya just behind him in second. There is Goya, there's Torius, Oliver Rieber, Dante Lance, and David Krakow in blue. Bauer here. Goya all over the back of him. There's Torius and Rieber. Dropping downhill here. Battle between Torius and Rieber. This is for 3rd place at the moment. Pini out of the race for Italy. Tough blow that for the Italian. Big panic rev there for Torius. A mistake there from Rieber. Breathing space now for Torius. Well, for now at least. Zima looking to run it down the inside. He goes down. Krakow stays up. He stalls his motorcycle though. Manages to get going. As Zima picks himself up. Has he thrown his podium away though? That's the question. Well, Zima here now in 6th. 2nd in race 1. Looking at 3rd overall. Slaney Goya 5th in race 1. 2nd in race 2 is going to be good enough for 2nd. Ricardo Bauer has been perfect all day. A double race winner as he becomes the 2026 FIM 125 Junior World Champion. He celebrates down there with his team. Goya, 2nd in the race, 2nd overall, was probably hoping for more. Take a look at the results then, shall we? Ricardo Bauer wins race 2, Slaney Goya 2nd, Bertram Torius 3rd, Rieber, Krakow and Zima your top 6. And in the overall classification, Ricardo Bauer wins for Austria, Slaney Goya 2nd overall for France, 3rd overall for Emil Zima. Rieber and Krakow round out the top 5. Ricardo Bauer all smiles as he realises his dream of becoming world champion. Set to the podium, Emil Zima, Switzerland, 3rd overall with a 2nd and a 6th. Slaney Goya, 2nd overall for France with a 5th and a 2nd. Your overall winner though, Ricardo Bauer of Austria with 2 race wins. What a season he is having. Bauer mounts the top step of the podium. 3rd place trophy then to Emil Zima. He seems very pleased with that. Why wouldn't you be? 2nd overall, Slaney Goya. Feels he could have done better, maybe. Your overall winner though, Ricardo Bauer takes his sprocket. Takes the gold plate as well. Medals all round for the top 3. Bauer, Goya, Zima.
You won the first race. You won the second race with a huge lead. You won the golden medal. What does becoming a world champion mean to you?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think we can take him in the picture. Me and him, we built this up for over 10 years and now we've done it. We are the world champion.
Thank you very much.
Nations classification then, Team Italy 3rd overall, team manager Andrea Bartolini, the 1999 500cc world champion. 2nd overall, Team USA, Jeff Cernick, brought 10 riders over this year. Team France, your overall winners once again. 3rd place trophy then to Team Italy, Andrea Bartolini. 2nd place trophy, Team USA, Jeff Cernick. 1st place trophy, Team France, Luca Bescis, the team manager once again. Of course, Team France will get the gold plates as well. Bronze medals for Team Italy, 3rd overall in 2026. Silver medals to the USA, 2nd overall. Gold medals to France, once again winners in this nation's classification. Good job, good year for Team France, once again. Final classification then, France with 7 points, USA second on 16, Italy third with 24 points. France pretty much unstoppable here at Jinín. Take a look at the Fox Holeshot winners then from this 2026 FIM Junior Motocross World Championship. Let's go all the way back to 65cc race 1. The Italian Daniel Corda, number 219, getting his black plate here in Czech Republic. All smiles. 85cc race 1. Frantic action right the way through. And the first over the line was Patrick Cyrilis, 771 of Latvia. First 125 race, Oliver Riva of Spain, the 374, fastest to react out of the gate, swept through the first turn, downhill over the Fox Holeshot line. Oliver Riva with a black plate here from 125 race 1. Back to the 65s, race 2. This time it was another Latvian, Bruno Gitas on the 454, who got there before everybody else. Black plate in the books for Gitas. 85cc race 2. This time it was the French rider Mathis Aguillot on the 355. Very lucky to stay up through that first turn, but he got to the line ahead of everybody else. Celebrates with a black plate. Final race of the day, 125 race 2. This time it was Sleni Goyek, the 350 on the Yamaha, neat through turn 1, held it together by the time we got to the dip. Sleni Goyek with a black plate in race 2. And they were your Fox Holeshots in 2026.
Finally, congratulations for all champions, podium finishers and riders who proudly represented their country. For many of these young talents, this is just the beginning of what could be an incredible career in motocross. Next year, the FIM Junior Motocross World Championship heads to Pärnu, Estonia, where a new generation of riders will once again battle for the biggest prize in junior motocross. That's all from Jinín. Thanks for watching and we will see you next time. Ciao!